Hey, hello again. Here again at Ambler Valley High School in Livermore, California. My name is Roger Yee, and today I'm going to show you how to make a small bottle. And this shape will have a little bulbed out a little bit, and then the neck will come in, and the neck will probably only be about that tall. The wheel is a little loud. That's all I can do. This is actually the quietest one, so try not to make it too annoying. Ceramic bottles aren't the most functional thing. I mean, I don't use them that often for putting stuff in, but I like the profile, I like the space they occupy, and they're just fun to make. I think when you make bottles, it really develops your ability or your skill level to shape other things, especially when you're making vases. I think bottles really helps with seeing form. It's just my opinion. You can comment in the box if you disagree. If you see anything wrong with this video, or if there's something you want to see, or another video you want to see, let me know. Leave it in the comment box. I will try not to let 5 years go by before I deal with these, but it's always about studio access. I don't have my own studio at home. I'm just in a little apartment upstairs, so it's really difficult to make anything there. We barely cook there. Okay, so my first move is, if you watch some of my other videos, it's really about being efficient with the wall thickness, being efficient with the clay, utilizing all this clay down here, getting this area thinner. Thin isn't necessarily better, but I don't like to trim bottles. If you could avoid it for at least the beginning, that's probably a better way to go. Then later, when you get proficient at making bottles and you want to leave more to trim off, then you can do that. But in the meantime, you want to be efficient as you can with bottles. If you're in a public space, or if you're at a school or a college, you may not be there all the time to cover your stuff and monitor the drying of the bottles. So if you could make them without trimming, it's just gonna be more efficient. Okay? So what I'm gonna do now is just smooth the outside. I pretty much have the wall thickness where I need it. For years I used to think that when you make this bottle shape that you start pushing it out really far down here first, but it's actually when I come in with the shoulder is where you'll see most of the form take shape. Make sure you get all the water out of the bottom, because once I seal it up, my floor isn't very thick at all. My floor is probably the same diameter as this right here, or same thickness as the rim right now. If it's too thick when the bottle's closed and the rest of it dries, you'll get a nice S-crack on the bottom. And in my opinion, S-cracks don't have to do with compression, although there is a small part that has to do with compression. It has to do with water sitting there, eroding all the fine particles. Because I've compressed things, compressed and compressed and compressed, and still had the cracking, and really what it was drying. I was just trying to dry things too fast. Okay, so what am I doing now? I'm collaring it. You could do this a bunch of different ways. I think whatever feels comfortable for you. There's this method, 6 points. You could, any kind of collaring. Some people bring it all in. I mean, whatever. I do like this. Whatever works for you. That's the one thing I'm not particular about. You either bring the clay in or you don't. I think one basic principle you have to think about is decreasing surface area. And if you've wasted too much time centering and raising the walls, it's going to be very hard to collar the neck in, because the clay is going to be so goopy and saturated with water. It's going to be like trying to make a neck on a bottle out of mashed potatoes. So if you could get all your moves done in a timely manner, then you could put a little bit more force on the neck like this, because the clay is still nice and firm. Okay, so this is also collaring. Just use my pinky and middle finger and getting the thickness out of here and kind of bringing it up, making a pull. Okay, now this wobbliness to this rim, I'm going to leave that. I like that. But it's about the neck diameter. Go right about there. It's about the right shape. Then the last thing I'll do is I'll shape it. So all this shaping was just done just by collaring in the neck. I'm going to use this flexible metal rib that comes in every basic toolkit for I bend it and go up the side. Then maybe I'll use that in there to smooth the neck, maybe flare it out a tiny bit. Really round it off. Now the last thing, one of the last things I do is, this base is really thick, wide I mean, so it looks like the pot is heavy. So one thing I'll do for aesthetic reasons and also for formal design is when I narrow the basin like that, it makes it look lighter, because it changed the volume is up higher now. It's not sitting low. It doesn't look like it's a suction cup, like it's stuck to the table. So that really changes it. Now, see how it's kind of wobbling a little bit? Not a big deal. I'm gonna smooth this down here. Okay, there's a little shadowing under here. You really can't see too closely, but I'll make a little undercut. I'm almost done. Hang with me. A little undercut for the wire, and I'll create like a little false foot. There's a little flat spot right in here, and so I'll just use that rib and round it off and push it back in. Now if I do want to trim it, it is a little thicker, now's the time to do it. I'll take off some excess weight, because I know when I pushed it in, it got a little thicker. So I'll trim it while it's right side up, just like that. Smooth it one more time. Take a chamois right over the top of the... Now I like that asymmetrical rim being a little off like that. It's a little narrower. And then even sometimes purposely I'll tip the neck to one side. And that's it. That's a bottle. Let me just cut that off. Sorry it was so long. It's 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes. Okay? Nice bottle. Thank you.